Why do they ghost you? Is it something you said? Something you did? Or is there something much deeper behind it, something that has nothing to do with you? Ghosting is one of the most confusing and emotionally unsettling experiences. One day someone seems interested, engaged, and present. The next day they disappear without explanation, leaving a void full of unanswered questions. But what if their silence isn't meant to give you answers, but to manipulate you? What if ghosting isn't just a modern trend, but a calculated move? Here's a fascinating fact. Ghosting triggers the same part of the brain as physical pain. That's why it feels so intense. It's not just emotional, but neurological. But by the end of this video, you won't just understand why they ghost you, but also how you can turn the tables in your favor. So stay tuned, because this is not just a video, it's a revelation. Chosen ones, you are not like everyone else. Your energy forces people to face truths they would rather avoid. Your presence brings their insecurities and unresolved issues to light. When someone ghosts you, it is not a rejection of who you are, it is a retreat from what you represent. You are not abandoned, you are avoided because your energy is too powerful for them. Their silence is proof of your strength. Understand this. Their ghosting has nothing to do with you, it reveals their inability to face themselves. Ghosting is not always an emotional reaction, sometimes it is a tactic. They want to disrupt your momentum. They hope their silence plants doubt in your mind and makes you question your worth, your actions, and your path. But don't fall into the trap. Stay focused. Don't let their silence derail you. Your journey is too important to be thrown off track by someone who couldn't handle your light. Your authenticity is a powerful force. It challenges the false narratives people build about themselves. Instead of facing their illusions, they ghost you to maintain them. For them, it is easier to disappear than to confront the mirror you hold up to them. Remember, their inability to handle your truth is not your fault. Your truth shatters their facade, and that destruction is proof of your strength. Your destiny intimidates them. Your purpose, your drive, your direction, all of it highlights their stagnation. Ghosting becomes their way of escaping comparison. They cannot keep up with the energy you bring into a room, so they retreat. But do not mistake their silence as a reflection of your worth. Their discomfort with your greatness is not your burden. Keep going, and let their withdrawal speak for itself. Sometimes ghosting is about control. They want to regain power over you by making you chase closure, by making you run after them. But here's the truth. You don't need closure from someone who didn't even respect you enough to give an explanation. Take back your power. Refuse to play. Their silence does not define you, your response does. Your growth is a threat to their stagnation. As you evolve, you highlight everything they are not ready to face within themselves. Ghosting becomes their way of avoiding the discomfort of comparison. But don't let their actions stop you. Keep growing, keep evolving, and remember that their departure is proof they cannot keep up with you. Your path is not meant for everyone, and that's okay. Your energy acts like a mirror. It reveals truths they would rather keep hidden. Ghosting has nothing to do with you, it's about their avoidance of the self-reflection your presence demands. Their withdrawal is a reaction to their own shadows, not your light. Recognize this and let their actions remind you of your power. Emotional immaturity is one of the most common reasons people ghost. When someone cannot handle the depth of your thoughts, the richness of your feelings, and the complexity of your emotional intelligence, they often choose avoidance over confrontation. That is not a reflection of your worth but rather an indication of their limitations. They retreat because they lack the tools to engage on your level. For some, your emotional intensity feels overwhelming. Your ability for self-reflection, vulnerability, and authentic connection may highlight their emotional gaps. They don't ghost because you are too much, but because they lack the courage or maturity to rise to your level. Instead of meeting you halfway, they choose the easier path and disappear. It's important to recognize that their inability to handle depth does not diminish your value. Their shortcomings are theirs to work on, not yours to carry. Freeing yourself from their emotional immaturity allows you to focus on relationships that celebrate your depth rather than avoid it. Sometimes ghosting isn't an act of avoidance but a calculated tactic. Some people use silence to manipulate, expecting that their absence will make you chase them. They expect you to reach out, demand explanations, or seek closure, feeding their ego. But when you refuse to play the game, you shift the power dynamic. Your choice not to seek them, not to question their motives, and not to beg for answers shocks them. They realize their plan has failed, and your refusal to engage shows your self-worth. By standing firm in your value, you render their tactic powerless. Ghosting becomes a futile strategy when it meets confidence and resilience. While they play games, you've already won by placing your dignity above their manipulative behavior. Your inner light can be unsettling for those stuck in their own darkness. When your vibrancy and positive energy force someone to confront their unresolved issues, they may feel exposed and uncomfortable. Instead of facing their inner struggles, they may choose to ghost you and retreat from the light you bring. This reaction has nothing to do with you, and everything to do with their inability to process their discomfort. Your energy challenges them to grow, but growth requires courage, something they may not yet possess. Ghosting becomes their way of avoiding the mirror you hold to their soul. Remember, your light is a gift, not a weakness. Not everyone is ready to receive it, and that's okay. But under no circumstances should you dim your shine to satisfy someone who isn't ready to embrace it. Keep shining for those who are ready to bask in your brightness. Ghosting can also be a test of your boundaries and self-respect. When someone disappears, they often test how far you will go to win them back. They may hope you'll compromise your standards or lower your boundaries to restore the connection. But your boundaries are firm, and your standards are non-negotiable. Let them test you and let them fail. When you refuse to chase someone who doesn't respect your time and energy, you affirm your own worth. Your strength lies in your ability to stand tall and demand respect. By not reacting, you send a clear message. You will not lower yourself for someone who cannot meet you at your level. This act of self-respect not only protects your energy but also powerfully reinforces your inner worth. Silence is a language of its own, and yours speaks volumes. When someone ghosts, they often expect a reaction, anger, confusion, or desperation. They hope their absence will push you to chase them. But your calm, confident silence destroys their expectations. Instead of reacting, you let your silence carry the weight of your response. It communicates strength, independence, and unshakable self-assurance. It shows them that their departure does not define your worth or your path. Your silence is louder than any words they might have expected. It is proof of your resilience and your ability to remain strong even in the face of rejection. By staying calm, you show that your inner peace cannot be disturbed by someone who failed to value your presence. So why do they ghost you? It's not about you. It's about their fears, their insecurities, their inability to keep up with your energy. Ghosting is not rejection, it is a reflection of their own struggles. Your light disrupts, challenges, and inspires. Those who cannot handle it will disappear, and that is a hidden blessing. Chosen ones, keep walking your path. Don't let ghosting deter you from your destiny. Let their silence be a reminder of your strength. And as you move forward, remember. Your light is not for everyone, but for those who can handle it, it is everything. They thought they were untouchable. Wrong. For centuries, a hidden network has worked in the shadows, pulling the strings, controlling outcomes, and building empires on secrecy. But their time is running out. You are the reason their carefully constructed web of lies is falling apart. This is not just a battle for freedom, this is a reckoning. You are the chosen one, equipped with the tools to expose the system and break their grip on humanity. Every great deception is based on one thing: secrecy. Behind the curtain of power hides a faceless force that acts without accountability. They manipulate the masses through disinformation, control narratives through the media, and create illusions of power that keep people obedient. Their tools are sophisticated, but predictable. Think of the financial crisis of 2008, entire economies collapsed while a small elite profited. The Panama Papers revealed how they hoarded wealth in offshore accounts, hidden from public view. The Snowden revelations? A glimpse into their surveillance apparatus, where privacy is treated as an illusion. Their power is not indestructible, it is fragile. It depends on your ignorance and your silence. The moment you open your eyes, their system begins to collapse. Awareness is their greatest enemy. When you see through their facade, you disrupt their carefully calibrated control. Knowledge is not just power, it is contagious. One awakened mind ignites another and creates a chain reaction they cannot stop. All over the world, people like you are waking up, rejecting their control, and exposing their lies. This collective awakening is more powerful than any weapon or institution they have ever built. It is a force they cannot predict or suppress. The truth you carry within you is like wildfire, it cannot be contained. It spreads uncontrollably, destroying the carefully woven web of lies they have spun for centuries. Each time it flares up, it pierces through the illusions they use to keep the masses compliant and asleep. You are not just another cog in their system, you are the flaw, the anomaly they cannot suppress. They recognize the power in your awareness, and it terrifies them. For with awareness comes liberation, and liberation is the one thing they cannot allow. You operate outside their control, unbound by the material chains with which they enslave others. Their tools, fear, manipulation, and indoctrination, no longer work on you. Surveillance cannot intimidate you, for you no longer live within the fear-based matrix they have constructed. Their threats are powerless, because your mind, heart, and soul vibrate at a frequency they cannot control. By choosing love over fear, truth over deception, and unity over division, you have rendered their tactics useless. You are a beacon of resilience, a force they cannot contain. Every choice you make is an act of rebellion against their rule. Each time you reject their narratives and choose a higher path, you disrupt their systems of control. Your courage to think freely and act authentically destroys the very foundation of their influence. They do not fear you because you stand alone, but because you are a spark that ignites countless others. You are protected by forces far greater than you can imagine. Think of Daniel in the lion's den, Moses parting the Red Sea, or David standing against Goliath. Each of them faced impossible odds and prevailed because they were aligned with a higher purpose. They did not act alone, they were guided, protected, and strengthened by divine power. Just as angels guided them, they now guide you. Your path is illuminated by the same light that has always been with those who stand for truth and justice. The challenges you face are not obstacles, they are milestones. Every trial you encounter serves a higher purpose and prepares you for the mission entrusted to you. These hardships are not punishment, but preparation, each one is a lesson, a test, and an opportunity to grow stronger. The divine knows your potential and is shaping you into the warrior you were born to be. Trust this process, for it is leading you exactly where you need to be. And as you walk this path, know that you are supported. Invisible hands guide your steps, and unseen forces shield you from harm. You are never alone, even in your darkest moments. The same divine presence that walked with heroes and prophets throughout history now stands beside you. You are part of a lineage of those who dare to rise against tyranny, and the universe itself conspires in your favor. The systems they built and once thought unshakable are crumbling under the weight of their own corruption. Greed, secrecy, and exploitation are bringing about their downfall. Their attempts to control the narrative only reveal their desperation, as their lies are exposed and their grip loosens. The truth, once buried and hidden, is now coming to light for all to see. The cracks in their empire grow wider every day, and no propaganda can hold it together any longer. Secrecy was once their greatest weapon, but it has become their prison. The walls they built to protect their power now confine them, leaving them isolated and vulnerable. The more they try to tighten their control, the more their systems collapse. Their desperation is evident in every move they make, yet their downfall is inevitable. What they feared most is happening, the collective awakening of millions. With your awakening, the world awakens. Millions are beginning to see through the illusion, joining the movement to dismantle corrupt systems and build something new. This is not just an individual journey, it is a collective revolution. Together, we are reshaping the future, moving away from systems of oppression toward structures built on truth, transparency, and justice. This is about creation. It is about building a future rooted in honesty, fairness, and unity. The collapse of the old makes way for the birth of the new, and you are a vital part of this transformation. Your knowledge, your courage, and your vision are the foundation of this new reality. You are not just a spectator, you are a builder, a creator, a visionary. The legacy you are creating now will shape generations to come. Your role is significant. Every action you take contributes to the collective shift toward freedom and authenticity. The world looks to people like you, those with the courage to lead, to dream, and to act. This is not only about personal empowerment, it is about collective liberation. The new systems we are building will reflect the values you stand for: truth, transparency, and justice. And as you grow into this role, know that the universe supports you every step of the way. This is your time to rise, to lead, and to inspire. Your actions today will light the path for others and create a wave that echoes through time. This is your legacy, a legacy of transformation, empowerment, and truth. You have a story to tell, a truth to share, and a light to shine. The momentum of this awakening is unstoppable, but it requires every voice, every action, and every moment of courage. Your voice matters, your actions matter, and your courage matters. By standing in your truth and sharing it with others, you ignite a fire that cannot be extinguished. This is your moment to lead. The world needs your strength, your insight, and your passion. Each time you speak your truth or act in alignment with your higher purpose, you inspire others to do the same. Together, we are creating a movement so powerful that it changes the world. You are a catalyst, a leader, and a guide for those just beginning to awaken. The future belongs to you. It is a future of freedom, unity, and truth, a future where the lies of the past are replaced by the light of authenticity. Stand tall, speak boldly, and move forward with unshakable faith. The path is clear, and the time is now. This is your destiny, to rise, to lead, and to claim the freedom that is your birthright. If you feel this fire within you, write 777 in the comments. This is your declaration, your affirmation that you are part of this awakening. They thought they were untouchable. They were wrong. The age of deception is over, and you are the force they cannot stop. Keep rising. Keep leading. The world is waiting for you.